Hello everyone, this is Brijesh from IIMT College, PhD in English. I want to introduce punctuation today. Punctuation, a major part of writing, whether you are writing a research project or you are writing some article for newspaper or anywhere you are writing, it is very much required because it can change the meaning completely if you put the commas or the symbols, marks of punctuation wrongly. Let's see how it happens. We will discuss in this course of lecture some headings I have chosen. We will discuss under these headings. One, about punctuation. What is punctuation? Why it is required? What's its importance, which is the second heading I have chosen for you. Third, the identification by its marks. The symbols or marks, they are required. If you do not know the marks or symbols, you cannot identify, and then there is no point of discussing punctuation or writing a good a passage or an article. The fourth one, which will be based on detail on these marks or symbols. So let's discuss. This is a definition which is given by Webster Dictionary, Webster Collegiate Dictionary. If you check it there, this is defined on symbols or marks. These two words are chosen for punctuation. So what is punctuation? If you can read it, it's a practice of using standardized marks or signs. These are some signs or marks which are very much required for meaning. Let's see in the next slide. So what are these marks? You have been known full stops or question marks, which are known as interrogative marks also, and some exclamation marks, some quotation marks, single or double, then comma, some more marks like apostrophe, semicolon, colon, ellipses, ampersand, or dashes, parentheses. These are some marks or signs. They separate sentences. Why they are used? They are used for clarity, for precision. They are used for that particular, accurate, specific meaning to the sentence. This is the part of an article, of a passage or a sentence to give that clear meaning. Until that meaning is not given to the person, to the listener or to the reader, it has no point of existence. Meaning can differ, can deviate. Once it goes out of your table when you are writing it, it may mean differently from what you meant or intended. Let's see in the next slide. So this is, you can check these two sentences and compare these two sentences by, have a look on these two sentences, please. You don't go. The second sentence is the same in wording, but only comma has been removed from it. Let's see how this has been removed. And what is the meaning of this? First sentence, just because of a comma, it has become an imperative sentence. The other is assertive, which is negative. You don't go. Can you see this? Just because of a comma, it has change the meaning. Next, I have prepared for you, this is next one, which is the day after Christmas, but it is written in all small letters. Can you understand this sentence? It's very difficult to understand where the full stop, where just because of these marks, the sentence does not mean comfortably for us. It does not have any easy meaning for us, and we have to struggle for understanding this sentence. Some marks in detail I have discussed here with their marks also. For full stop, you know very well, it's a point which is used. Its uses are here. Until your sentence is complete, you do not use this full stop. For phrase, we should not use until it is clear by the context. For example, I have done my task, must have a full stop at the end. On the table is a phrase, it does not have a mark. So only a complete sentence must have, and complete sentence must have a finite verb. It is used in abbreviations, as you say, some short forms, but short forms are different from abbreviations. For example, Doctor of Literature Law. Now, how you write this? Or Bachelor of Literature Law, how you write it? These are abbreviated forms, and they must have points, which are known as full stops. It must be used in decimals. In arithmetic, you know that 5.6 to separate that big amount from the small one. For example, you can say 5,000 rupees and some pesa that you can Indian concept, or in English concept, you can say you can separate dollars and cents by putting a full stop, which is known as decimal. Question marks are used in interrogative sentences, but it can be used in book entries when you are uncertain. For imprecise details, for imprecise states, you write a question mark in the second form, you can see this. The first one is ordinary, which is known to everyone, is common. But the second one, which you can also note in book entries. I have prepared these exclamation mark, which are used for two reasons. One, for some sudden emotions, some sudden feelings, they are outbursts, and at that time, you need to put this exclamation mark. But the second, which I have known to that, is that which is known for something emphasizing, but which must be based on some emotion. Bravo, wow. They are written just after them the exclamation mark. So after them, we have an exclamation mark. Question mark, this quotation marks, sorry for this quotation marks. Quotation marks are known for actual words. Why we use them in English? They are for the actual words of the speaker. We cannot interchange anything in them. We cannot interfere with the actual words. For them, we have double inverted commas or single inverted commas. Single inverted commas are used in the second, you can say, they are used in wherein within a quotation, there is a quotation. You can have a look on this. Quotation within a quotation. For that, we need a single inverted comma within the quotation. And after that, we have double inverted commas. We must know that just after, immediately after the starting of the inverted commas, we need to put capital letter of the word in direct speeches, in narrative. Comma is used, as you say, in these contradictory forms, contradictory conjunctions, but however, for, nor, yet. In these, when they start a sentence, they are separated or set off by a comma. When they come after semicolon, which will be discussed later, I'll come to that. Just after semicolon, if these words come, they are separated by a comma. Next, you need to separate a list. But you need to know that these separate lists must not have comma within comma. That will be discussed later in the next slide. Apostrophe must not be confused with comma. This is uppercase. Just like a comma, but uppercase. Comma is lowercase. So this, to show some belongingness, some possession, we use apostrophe, as you can say in the example. Molly's book, it means the book of Molly, but Molly is living person. So you need to write apostrophe s. When this is plural, for example, students, already a plural noun, you need not to write s, only you have to put an apostrophe and then the noun. So the students apostrophe book. This for all contracted forms, contraction. For example, don't, I shan't, enchant. You remove some words. This is an omission of the letter. For that, apostrophe is used. Okay. Colon and semicolon. You understand by the two full stops, 2 points. This is colon. Semicolon is first point and then comma. Next slide will tell you what. So, to separate hours and minutes, yes. When you say there's 6 colon 5, it is 6 for hours and 5 for minutes. So when you set off hours from minutes, you need to write this colon. It is used for indicating a list or a quotation. But for that quotation, you need to write this colon to indicate that the actual words have been preceded by the person or the book. For example, life is a tale told by an idiot. This is written in Macbeth by William Shakespeare. So I'll write William Shakespeare says, and then colon. And after colon, I'll write the actual words. So this sets up the actual words. After that, it is used also to list something. But this is to be kept in mind that after colon, if any list is introduced, it does not go on, it does not continue after full stop. It takes a full stop. You cannot add any other comma, any other semicolon in the sentence. Sentence takes colon and commas for list and then full stop. It ends with a full stop. Semicolon is used for all those sentences. They are independent clauses. They are complete sentences, but for clarity of meaning or for an argument, they are separated or set up by colon, semicolon. And semicolon, after that, if you want to introduce a contrary conjunction, you need to separate it by comma also. This is for comma, a list, second point. If you want to take this second heading, this again a list. But what is the difference between a comma and semicolon? This also introduces a list, comma also introduces a list. So this confusion should be removed when there is a list which has a comma in itself. For example, one person and his position. Dr. Molly, comma, the advisor. Second person's name and then comma his position. Third person, so on. with their position, and they are separated by comma, the position from the person. This list should be introduced by semicolon. This parentheses, these marks also should be known. Parenthesis, the plural of parenthesis is parentheses. Square brackets or round brackets, where parentheses are used. Where you use dashes, you can use parentheses. But please get this idea that this parenthesis is used when you have a broken of the sentence. Some words are they interrupt the sentence. For that, for example, we will talk about that person's divorce. But that is an issue. We must not talk because before that person. So for that, the broken sentence the broken word, the flow will be interrupted by some words. I want to discuss that person's, should we discuss that? This is interruption, should be separated by a parenthesis. Or some words that give you clarity or some more information. For example, if you write a short form, and then you clarify the full form of that, you write in brackets. You can give that in round brackets for that clarity by parentheses. Ellipses are just used for deliberate omission of some words because they are clear from the context, so that the writer or the reader or the listener can understand them. So ellipses are used, okay, for the context. Hyphen, which is very important. The basic reason we know that hyphen can introduce a compound noun, that is a word. It is used as an adjective, and for that adjective before the noun, it comes, for example, a dog eating crustacean. It is very difficult to understand if I remove this hyphen. A dog eating crustacean. Lobster. Now, lobster, by this sentence, by this phrase, you can understand a dog eating crustacean means crustacean is shown in that sentence. A dog eating crustacean means lobster or crustacean eats dogs. So he is habitual of eating dogs. But if you remove hyphen, it becomes dog is eating as a participle in this. Dog is eating crustacean. So hyphen can change the meaning. It is used when the line continues, but the word is long or longer to finish. The space is, we do not have the space at the end of the page. And for that, we use hyphen. But it must be remembered, and it must be kept in mind that this hyphen should not break the word any part of the means any letter. For example, if you have decide and you do not have space enough to finish the line, and the word is long, so what you will do in that case? It's too long to finish the line. So for that reason, you will do decide. This word must be broken with a part of that word, day, where you can stop. So one consonant and one vowel, one syllable. Always a word is broken at a syllable. Day, then you can put a hyphen, and side you can start your next line. Okay. Conclusion, my conclusion starts here that I have given you one sentence in the beginning. And for that, I want to take you back to that sentence which I gave you to understand. But now you can understand this sentence by putting this capital letter of T, the day after Christmas, and then comma. Mr. Basu, M must be written capital. If you want to put full stop after R, You can, or you can remove this R, because when the first letter and the last letter of a word make a short form or abbreviated form of something, contracted form, then you can remove this full stop. So Mr. Basu is a person, you need to write B capital. MP called on the Chief Minister, Mrs. Dikshit. Mr. Basu must be separated by a comma because this is MP, Member of Parliament. So MP must be removed from that. And MP, this M and dot P must be separated with full stops. They must be taken after that, M full stop, P full stop. Called on the Chief Minister, Mrs. Dikshit. Which way did this I have given you for practice? So I have given you these punctuation marks to understand. Every punctuation mark has a great significance when you are writing. Be careful when you are writing a passage. Hyphen is hyphen case. You should not break any word anywhere. A consonant and you write a hyphen, it is not a punctuation mark that is appropriately used in this sentence. It is not the correct use of that punctuation hyphen. That's fine. Thank you.